Did you know that there are different types of male circumcision? Different ways that they cut it off, and different effects, different parts that are removed. This is one of the more recent tools. 1934. Not that long ago. When you look at the overall time frame from which it started. I mean, heck, it started before written history, actually. But this is one of the more recent tools called the Gomco clamp. Gomco. I actually happen to have one here. And another tool similar to it right here. But these are bell methods. This is another bell method that was invented not too long ago. These bell methods are intended to protect the glands so the glands doesn't get harmed. Another tool, it's called the Mogen clamp, designed by a rabbi, designed based on the shield that would be used by a mohel. Again, cuts in a very different place. And also recently invented. So the way that the Mogen clamp is used is in the barzal, or the Jewish shield, they typically will keep things flaccid and they'll pull things up and they'll apply that or slide that shield on or apply that Mogen clamp here and slice off just the end. So that would leave a scar down here. That happens to be where my scar is. So in a lot of ways I consider myself lucky. If you look at this Sorrell's study, fine touch thresholds in adult B, you can see where things are more sensitive to fine touch compared to things that aren't as much fine touch. And you can see the frenulum area is very sensitive. And this isn't the perfect representation. Go look at the images. I mean, this was done with yarn. But the upside is that I can show how things move. Static images don't do that so well. And other imagery isn't allowed on TikTok and stuff. Anyways, the bell method, since they stick a bell down over the glands, again, in order to protect the glands, ends up they stick the bell down in there and they put the string around or they put the clamp around, right? And then they slice here, which is slicing down here, which ends up removing all that and leaving the scar up here. So for you guys, if you look at your scar, you'll see your scar is like way up here or it's down here. If your scar is down here, you're probably lucky and you still have some inner mucosa and your frenulum area. So you probably have more sensitivity than the younger adult, groups that got cut more recently and probably by a Gomco clamp because Mogen got sued. They tried to claim that injury was impossible, but there were way too many cases where that clamp was put down too low and caused injury to the glands. And that company ended up filing bankruptcy. Attorney David Llewellyn here, I happen to work with him. I know him. He knows me. Yeah, he sued and won. Got damages. Unfortunately, Mogen is now made in a different country. But the Plazabelle is also known for lots of potential problems. Yeah, there it is. So they all have risks. One might be to the glands, and the bells might reduce damage to the glands, but it causes damage elsewhere. So if you're having a baby boy and doing it at a hospital or taking your baby boy to a pediatrician that asks whether you want it done or not, which is could be considered illegal solicitation. But anyways, ask them, well, what tool do you use and why, and what are the risks of the different ones. I'd be really surprised if they actually answered, actually understood the different kinds. They probably have their favorite kind, and they probably just do that one. And they probably don't even give you a menu of options saying, "Hey, you want high and tight, low and loose? You know, you want it done with Mogan? Do you want it done with Plastabel?" Chances are they're not going to offer. My wife was offered zero information, but you might want to remind them that future litigation might be something to think about.